Good morning. It's Beth from Ruth Stitchery and ruthstitchery.com. And in deciding what we wanted to film this week, we realized we hadn't really highlighted a lot of new things in our videos recently. This summer has been crazy. I can't believe it's already September. But with everything else we had going on throughout the summer, we had not really done a lot of highlighting on some new things, and we've had a lot of new things that have come in, and so we thought we'd take you on just a little tiny tour and show you some of the new things that have come in recently, some more recent than others, but within the last month or so, those are the things that we're going to show you. So we're going to start here up in the front of the store. We've got Lakeside Gatherings, which is from Primitive Gatherings. It is a flannel. They're just beautiful. We've got some patterns that go with them, but there are plaids and there are stripes. They're just fantastic in color. They go from white all the way up to a navy blue. So these are right here in the front. They also have some tan that goes with them. So that is Lakeside Gatherings from Primitive Gatherings. So we also have gotten these in, and I want to say these came in maybe late July, early August possibly. I don't remember exactly when, but these are from V & Company. They're called Ombre Flurries, and she does a lot of ombres, and we've got some of them in over the course of time, but this one was just stunning. So this has snowflakes on it, and it goes dark to light in the middle to dark. So many uses that you could use this ombre for, and she came up with lots of patterns that go with this line. So we do have the kit that is got a little bit of metallic in it. These ombre flurries with the trees and the stars are just beautiful. We went ahead and got the rolls. So these, we're so used to seeing jelly rolls, the 2.5-inch rolls. I believe these are called dessert rolls. These are 5-inch strips by width of fabric. So this is all of the ombres in a 5-inch strip. So really versatile to use when you don't want to buy a lot of yardage of a lot of the line. You can kind of choose your favorite colors and get some yardage of those, and then get one of the dessert rolls, and you'd be able to make a lot of different patterns out of those. So that is Ombre Flurries from V & Company. So also just brand new, I think within the last week, we got Sherry and Chelsea's new line called Bountiful Blooms. And if you follow Sherry and Chelsea, they're a mother-daughter team that designs for Moda. This is a little bit different than their normal colorway. So they certainly wanted it to be more fall winter colors. So they're a little bit richer, they're a little bit deeper colors. So this is Bountiful Blooms by Sherry and Chelsea. I just love it. Of course, with every line I look and go, what can I do with that? If only I had more days and more time in every day, I could maybe get all the things done that I want to get done. So Bountiful Blooms by Sherry and Chelsea. And one of the other things we get asked a lot, being here in Colorado, is do we have any fabric that is lake or fishing or something along those lines? And so we're always kind of on the lookout for a line for the things that our customers are asking for. So we did find Lakefront. This is from Wilmington, and we just thought it was a great depiction of what some of the lakes here in Colorado look like. So it's lake, it's fishing, there's a little cabin, and we just thought that it was really well done. And so we do have patterns of this, patterns and kits for this lakefront quilt. It's got the oars pieced on the side, which is so great. So this one is Lakefront from Wilmington. Also in this tower is a couple of other newer lines that have come in. So starting with Summer Bliss, which is also a beautiful line from Wyndham. It's got the hydrangeas in different colors, and it's just stunning. So it's basically the bottom row, and a little bit up here is part of that Summer Bliss line. We also have a 108-inch in one of the prints for hydrangeas. And then up here, it's a pretty small line, but this one is, I forget who this was from. This is from Three Wishes, and it's called White Cottage Farm. So, you know, that whole farmhouse style is still very popular. And, you know, we see a lot of fabrics that depict that style. And this is one that we saw that we just thought it was great. So this is White Cottage Farm from Three Wishes. So it comes with the panel, and then this panel that sometimes they call this a pillow panel when it has 4, but there is also a larger panel, or this is a border stripe. Nope, this is also a panel. So here is another panel that can be cut apart that really depicts that farmhouse style with the different buildings. So pretty. All right, so that is White Cottage Farm from Three Wishes. Okay, so we're gonna come this way, and again, we listen to our customers. And over the last year or so, we had so many people asking, do we carry art gallery fabrics? And we have carried a little bit of their fabrics in the past, but usually it might be, you know, just kind of scattered bolts that we would kind of do a little pick and choose with art gallery. And to be honest, a lot of times it was because we saw them and we knew that they would be good for making some of the Laura Heine collage quilts. But because we were getting so many requests for art gallery, we have really upped our inventory from art gallery, and we've kind of put it all in one area. So we're still doing kind of a pick and choose, but the art gallery fabrics, you can see, I love this one with the book hidden in the flowers. And I keep looking at it and wondering, can I make a bag out of that fabric? So I'll do something. But we've kind of put all of our art gallery fabrics right here in this area. So if you've been looking for some art gallery fabric, hopefully you'd be able to find it here or on our website. So you know that we have been kitting our 3-yard quilt books from Fabric Cafe, and I forgot her name, Brenda? Is it Donna? Donna Robertson is the author of all of those 3-yard quilt books. And she made one that was called Fat Quarter Treats. So she sort of went outside of the 3-yard and did a fat quarter book. And we just wanted to make something out of this book. And so we chose this quilt that's on the cover, and we made it with fabric from Wyndham called Bright World. And as soon as this line came in, I thought that would be a perfect one to highlight this, you know, any of the quilts that are in this book. So I just wanted to show you, this was the inspiration fabric. There's so much going on in it, but it's so happy and colorful, and just like the name says, Bright World, that you want to use this in a quilt that you can really highlight this fabric. And so I think that this particular pattern does that. And so that is out of the Fat Quarter Treats by Donna Robertson, also known as Fabric Cafe. Okay, so we're also, we've had this in for a couple of months. This is Jen Kingwell's latest line called Greenstone. And if you're familiar with Jen Kingwell, a lot of times her lines will come with what she calls lollies. And the lollies fabric are fabrics that have multiple fabrics in one bolt. So in this particular one, you're getting 4 different fabrics in every cut off the bolt. I believe they're probably like 10 inches by length of the fabric. So if you get a half a yard, you're going to get like a 10 by 18 piece of 4 different fabrics in that half yard. So this one's called Greenstone. And then we have kits of this quilt that is hanging here called Moving the Line. And again, the lollies make it so easy to put a quilt together because the way you cut it apart, you don't have to piece some of those fabrics because they're already together in the line. So that is what this quilt does, and it just depends on where you're making those cuts. And so it looks like there's a lot of piecing that's happening in that quilt, but it's not because of the lollies. So that is Greenstone by Jen Kingwell. And then finally we have got Rainbow Sherbert. This is from Sarah Diddy. I hope I'm saying that right. Sarah Diddy is a fairly new designer with Moda, and she has come out with these blenders that are just fun, and they look like rainbow sherbet. If you remember eating that rainbow sherbet as a kid, to be honest, I still will order rainbow sherbet sometimes, but these colors are great. And so that is all right here, all the different colors. It's got all these great kind of quilting designs on the fabric. And again, I think I've said before, I look for blenders that can be used with every style. So when you look at these fabrics, you can pull these colors. They can go modern, they could go traditional. It all depends on the other fabrics that you select. But I'm always looking for that when we choose a blender to carry in the store. So that is Rainbow Sherbet. And then we just got these in the beginning. Has done a line called Natural State, and in the line there is this fabric that has all of the states on there with the state flower and the state bird, and then it's got the shape of the states, and so it's kind of a tossed fabric with all of the states on it. And then in this line they did a fabric for every state. So of course I got Colorado, and this is the Colorado fabric. So it has in the background the shape of our state. It's got the state flower, which is the columbine, and then it has our state bird, which is the lark bunting. And so we get a lot of visitors in our store, and a lot of times they'll say, do you have any Colorado specific fabric? And although we carry a lot of mountain, wilderness, that type of fabric in, it's always kind of nice to go very literal with our Colorado fabric. So we've just gotten this in. It is on the website as well as in the store. All right. We probably could go on and on for a very long time with things that we haven't highlighted, but didn't want to take too much time. But I hope you've enjoyed just this little tiny glimpse of some of the new things that are in the store and on the website. Thanks for joining us.